don't make furniture anymore. No, this is sad, but I do have good news. I'm going to explain what happened and it will all make sense at the end, I promise. Okay, let me start with some context. So I started this YouTube channel back in April this year because we moved to a new place and we needed furniture. It's the first time in our life that we had to buy furniture. And we realized how ridiculously expensive furniture is. And even though we'd never made furniture before or anything even remotely related to that, we decided to make our own. So this is completely driven by we want to save money. So to give an example, like the sofas we're looking at would have cost us brand new around £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 and upwards, which is a lot of money. The sofa that we made cost us £800, less than £800, which is a big saving. So I started a channel because I had a big list of things I was planning to do, like literally make every single thing that we need in the house. So here's the first thing that happened, which led me to the decision of not wanting to make furniture anymore. There was a video I was trying to make, which is about these Ikea chairs which I found on the street, and I basically upcycled them. And the title was going to be like, can you believe this is a Poang chair? Or like I upcycled this Poang chair, something like that. But because I wanted to get my fact right, I started to Google Poang chairs. And to my surprise, I didn't have Poang chairs. They look very similar, but they're not Poang chairs. Don't worry if you don't know what Poang chairs are, I'm sure you'll recognize one. So I'm going to put a picture up here. So once I found that out, it led me to a rabbit hole of trying to find out what chairs I've got. It was surprisingly difficult to find, and I even had to go through the historic Ikea catalogue to locate the exact model of these chairs. So I found out the models are actually from around 1994, and they were only available for about 1 to 2 years, which means I have some 27-year-old Ikea chairs. The irony on fact checking, so these are actually from 2000, so they are 21 years old, not 27. So here comes the first contradiction in my head. On one hand, I thought Ikea was this poster child of fast furniture. It's cheap. And it's cheap because the furniture is of poor quality. But on the other hand, I have 2 Ikea chairs, which are 27 years old. So those two things just did not add up in my head. Now, this is the first question that led me to not wanting to make furniture anymore. The question is, was I lucky in finding... So I actually found 2 of these chairs, the same model, probably like 2 years apart or 1 year apart. So on separate occasions. So was I lucky in finding 2 identical Ikea chairs that are 27 years old? Or were there so many of these chairs being thrown away that eventually I had to come across these chairs? I decided it was the latter. Now here comes the second event. I don't want to butcher the name, so I'm going to put it here. So this, or sometimes it's called frequency bias. This is what happens when you become aware of something that you start noticing it everywhere. So this is what happened to me over the summer. Once I realized that a lot of usable furniture are being thrown out, everywhere I walked on the streets of London, I started seeing them. And here comes the second contradiction. Apparently 12 million tons of furniture are being thrown away in the US every single year. In the UK, I couldn't find the equivalent, but in the UK it's 20 million pieces of furniture being thrown away, whatever that is in tons. So we have that on one side equation. And the other side we have, on average, it takes a tree 40 to 100 years to grow to maturity before we can harvest it and turn into wood products. So we have every single day usable wooden furniture being thrown away. And then we have, on the other hand, the wood that are being used to create this furniture takes 40 to 100 years. That doesn't add up either. So going back to the list of furniture I wanted to build, the top of the list was a TV cabinet. And I had drawn some designs, planned some stuff, and when I was about to go and buy the plywood that I need, I couldn't. Knowing what I knew, I couldn't bring myself to buy new raw material when I know that there are a lot of TV cabinets being either given away or thrown away. So this is why I make the conscious decision to not make furniture anymore. Now, I know. I hear you guys saying, well, you can just get reclaimed wood or trees that have to be felled, so you get the live edge slab and everything. I know, however, given my situation, which is I live in the city, secondhand furniture is a lot more accessible and more readily available to me than the other option. And I've since realised there are a lot of online platforms for people to either sell their secondhand furniture or give away their secondhand furniture. And not just furniture, basically anything that someone doesn't want anymore and another person has a use for, you can find. So with that said, here comes the good news. I'll be starting a weekly segment where I will go through a few items which I've found on these online platforms, hopefully to show you things that you didn't know you can get secondhand, show you how ridiculously cheap some of these things are, also to show you some tips if the things need a bit of work or taken care of. I show you some tips of how to do them. In general, what to look out for when you're buying secondhand. So I'll be doing this segment every Friday. Now, the reason it's Friday, it's because a lot of activities happen over the weekend. So people list a lot of their stuff for the weekend. So that's the best time to go look for it. So with the video coming out Friday, if you are looking for something, hopefully you get some tips or just a reminder to go look for those things. Now, I came up with quite a few names to what to call this segment. One of them is like trash to treasure, which I just think is overdone at this point. But eventually my partner actually came with this. He said, what about adopt a thing? Now my first reaction was, that's kind of cute. But because it does personifies your relationship with an item, a thing, and I'm guilty of doing this before where things are things, right? That's what they are. Where I traded money for a thing and I can treat it however I wanted it to treat it. And if I can afford it and I don't want it anymore, I can just chuck it away. I think by personifying your relationship with anything that you have, it definitely makes me look after things more and think twice before I throw away something, and also think twice before I buy something new. So adopt a thing encapsulates secondhand, but also that relationship with the things we own. So it might come across a bit strong, but I like it, so we'll keep it for now and see how it goes. So I hope this makes sense and that you stay and like my new content. If you don't, no hard feelings, and I'll see you soon. Oh, I forgot, the first episode of Adopt a Thing is coming out today, so go check it out. I wish I could say I planned launching a secondhand series on Black Friday. How cool would that be? No, I definitely planned it for Black Friday.